One happy Sunday, Labor Day weekend here in the States, and we've got a fan factions game. Got Scoomy and Fatty, who I've played against a lot, obviously, and then Random Badger. I don't know if I've played against this person before, but a good table nonetheless. And we're just starting the auction here. We've got Prospectors, Wisps, Nomads, and Conspirators. So good set of factions. I actually was the one who threw in the one non-fan faction, the Nomads. I felt like a yellow faction looks good. We're on revised base here. We did random maps, so we're on revised base. No fire and ice scoring or factions, just the base stuff. So I figured, yeah, I like yellow on revised base. So, anyways. Plus, I'm sick of trying with the archivists until they make them better. I almost put the archivist, and I was like, no, can't do it. So, anyways, pretty high scoring track. Early spades round one and round six town. It's been actually a long time since I've played a round six town game. It feels like, so that'll be fun. And all the scoring tiles, we're missing the priest and cult coins and what else are we missing? Temp ship. No temp ship, so that's a little bad for yellow. Interesting color wheel. Pretty good spread here. So who do we like? So Prospectors with that round one spade event, just getting 3 extra coins right off the bat is so strong. They will probably get their preferred 6 coin tile. I assume Conspirators take the spade, Nomads take big building. Wow, super interesting. So the first 2 bids go on Wisps and Conspirators. I would have thought that Wisps are probably the 40 faction here, just because they're just weak. Conspirators don't have a color neighbor, so gray with no color neighbor is always good. And they can get 2 hexes for 1 dig on this map, which is pretty nice. This feels like a temple opening Conspirator game, I think. Nomads can probably open strongholds. So let's think about starting position here. We're probably getting F4, E5, E6, right? So like, and then Wisp probably on D5 with no neighbor. Maybe a Nomad on E8, but they probably start D2, and Nomads might start E5 and D3, especially with no temp ship in the game. Like, and if they're going to start big building, yeah, it's funny. I also think Nomads are. I think Fatty commented that Nomads are strong here. I think they are too. Conspirators, I kind of want to play Conspirators, but I don't think they're better than. I think they're the 3rd best faction. Well, I think all these factions are pretty even besides Wisp, so maybe I'll just. I've played a lot of Prospectors. But leaving them as the last true 40 faction also seems insane in this setup. So I'm going to build on Prospectors. I wouldn't mind playing Nomads here. I guess maybe as Nomads you don't actually start on D3 because especially if you're going to start Stronghold, because then you can just dig right through. The Wisps bid is the one that is throwing this auction really off, because I really think that one's off. It'll be interesting to see if the Wisps start with the TP scoring tile or worker power. I guess they probably start with worker power, right? This could legit go 440s. Wouldn't shock me if Scooby took the Nomads here. Wisps get scoring for the TP dig? Yeah, they do. So I imagine Wisps will open, you know, couple TPs, couple dwellings with the spades. It's not a terrible opening for them. I think their biggest problem is that they're going to want to start on D5 and they're not going to have a neighbor. And if they dig D5 and turn it blue and I'm the Prospectors, I'm eating that. Not to mention it's an expensive TP that they have to open with. So I think they probably have to open on D5 here, basically wait for someone to come to them, even though the Conspirators are going to use their first dig on E9, and then maybe hope the Nomads start on D3. Like, there's a real chance the Wisps don't have a neighbor if the Nomads aren't nice to them over here. And the Nomads will have to weigh whether it's worth giving them the neighbor in exchange for that exclusive leech. Because I don't even know where else Wisps would start here on this map. I mean, I guess they could start on H2, just because you get 2 hexes for a single dig, but this is also definitely not getting a neighbor down here anytime soon. Wow, Scooby bit on the Wisps too. These guys are seeing something with the Wisps that I'm not seeing. I mean, I guess they've got the option of like D2, C1, bridge, and assuming you have someone on D3, then like this fills out pretty easily, and you can score a bunch in the first 2 rounds. G6 feels really dangerous. I don't think that works. If this was a different Brown faction, if this was like Cultists, actually, right? Someone who didn't have such easy dig access, then you could potentially start G6. Although then the Prospectors would just eat G5 on their first action. Let's say Wisps were sitting ahead of Prospectors and it wasn't Prospectors. It was a different Brown faction. Then you could just you could upgrade G6 and dig G5 with your first action. You'd actually be okay. But in this particular faction and seed order setup, I don't think it works. Man, Wisps getting all the love. This is crazy. All right, I really want to see what these guys do with this. I'm very curious. I'm wondering if I'm sleeping on Conspirators here. Yeah, it's true. Revised is good for blue in general. I really wonder how much of that has like the sort of known that revised is good for blue, though, comes mostly from the long period of time when we only had Swarmlings and Mermaids, and I wonder how much of that is dictated by the particulars of those 2 factions. Because it is really good for those 2 factions, but in ways that some of it translates to other factions, but some of it maybe not so much. But maybe. Slow auction today. This should be quick, guys. We feel like the factions are pretty close. Yeah, here we go. Okay. All right, so we'll see if I've overrated Prospectors. It's possible. But that's all right. I guess the no temp ship maybe is a little bad for me. I just want to get my hands on the spade tile at some point. Okay, so Nomads do go straight for D3, so that's very good for the Wisps. Well, Fatty and I are going to be great friends this game. No doubt about that. Yeah, okay, so he goes for both. That's fine. Makes sense. So I guess I do. There's a little bit of pressure on some hexes in the middle from my perspective now. But that should be okay. Kind of wish I bid on Conspirators now, if I'm being completely honest. Just because I think it was an interesting setup for them. That's all right. I feel like I've played a lot of Prospectors. I don't know why. Why I keep ending up on them. I mean, I do think they're quite strong, and I've done pretty well with them in general, so that's probably why. So the Wisp did go D5. Really curious to see here what they do. I mean, if he upgrades D5 and digs E7, I think I'm really hard pressed to not take that. Just gives me connection, gives me access to E8, assuming the Nomads don't start there. And if the Nomads start there, then it's a lot less interesting. I mean, it's still interesting because it's still a connection, but if the Nomads start on... Where are the Nomads going to start? F7? I might do F7 if I were him. Or B4? Or I7? You know, I didn't think about this as the Prospectors. This actually is, no matter where he puts this dwelling, it's pretty bad for me. G4, okay, that's probably the least bad. It just means I have to dig G5 with my... Well, I don't even have to dig it with my first action. I do have to dig it this round, but that's fine. I was going to do that anyways. You'd 6 coins in TP dig E7? Just because then it's so expensive for me to do it? Yeah, that's true. I guess that's true. If I don't get the 6 coins, then I'm going to be much less inclined. I mean, if the 6 coins is gone and worker power is there, which it looks like it will be, yeah, then I might just open with the priest action. First priest to earth is really sexy here. No, he took worker power, so 6 coins for me. Okay, so now the question is, how do I actually open here? I could go straight for G5, or I could upgrade. Let's see. The Nomads took big buildings, so they probably want to build a stronghold. They're probably going to build it on... I guess I'm better off upgrading E6 if I'm going to upgrade. I don't really have any issues with giving anyone power. So I think that's probably the answer. Well, we do know Fatty's going to dig E9, so this at least is one guaranteed. Honestly, I'm probably going to upgrade both of these before this round is over, so we're going to go for E6. Yeah, so if Wisps are probably just going to leave D5 alone for now. He might even wait until basically hope that the Conspirators dig this. So he has a neighbor, and then he can upgrade and just dig, either use a bridge and go this way, or dig C3. It's kind of what I'm guessing he's going to do. But we'll see. Fatty. I feel like Fatty's going to upgrade. If I were Fatty, I think I would upgrade F4. But not entirely clear. Feels like the chances of, assuming he's going for a temple, this feels like the spot that is more likely to need a sanctuary than this spot. Now, maybe he's going to build a second temple in round 2, and therefore it doesn't actually matter, but... Nice. All right, so now we're going to go with the dig, and the dig will give me the power needed. The worker's action is what I really want here, so that I can go my favorite 2 TPs, 3 dwellings, opening with the Prospectors. Although, ooh, should I have taken a priest there? Maybe I should have taken a priest there. Well, something will come back to me. That's an interesting question. Priests or... I guess I actually, yeah. If it comes back to me, I actually think I'd rather have the priest than the workers, because next round's a TP round. So if I don't get to build it until the TP until next round, it's not the end of the world. Maybe even pass on the TP tile. Ooh, that would be cool. I bet Fatty's going to take it. Well, there's this interesting question of, like, who's getting double dig. I think that's probably what the rest of these guys are trying to finagle here. It is a dig round. I mean, Nomads have enough to do it right now. He just doesn't have great places to put the spades. He could double dig F3, which would be annoying for me, actually, but not that good for him. He could double dig H6, which would also be annoying, because I'd have to turn around probably and build H7. Yeah, he doesn't really have much better. Like, obviously there's E3, but he doesn't have another place to put a single spade that really makes any sense. Well, he's thinking about it. And Fatty. I mean, Fatty would love double dig for sure. He would go like E7, G2. Or E9, E7, and then use the single spade on D4. I definitely don't want him to get it. Wow, Nomads are going Temple, not Stronghold. That is interesting. Are we getting like an Earth 1 rush? Maybe. Earth 1 rush. Not what I would have guessed. Wow, okay. I mean, now the freaking Wisps can take double dig if they want to. And just dig build E7. It's actually really good for him. That's kind of crazy. And he can just build 3 dwellings? Wow. Actually, really quite good for him. Now, Fatty, I assume right here is probably contemplating between Priest and I guess single dig? Okay, single dig, and he does go E9, so he's not trying to threaten to push up to D4 this round, which is quite good for me. So I think this is pretty clearly priest action. I think that's better than the workers action. Yeah. Yeah. Look at this double dig. Wow. Okay. So maybe this is what. If he saw this as Wisps, I'm genuinely shocked. Impressed, if so, but genuinely shocked. I think this is. I don't think you could have foreseen Wisp getting double dig here, but this is really strong. To open Temple 4 dwellings and then roll into a TP round. Oh, that's nice of him. I might get the workers action also. Or Nomads are going double Temple? Looks like Nomads might be going double Temple, which is pretty wild. Also. Okay. So yeah, I mean, at this point, no one's taking these workers from me, so... Nor is anyone taking any of these hexes that I want. So I actually don't need to build H7 this round. I think what I should do is build F3 and D4. Can I afford both of those? No. I can afford one of them. So I guess it's probably... Oh, that's actually tricky. Wisps, I assume we're going to build these 2 dwellings, but next round, if they opened with a TP on D7 and turned that gray, it would make a triple dig for me, which would be very annoying. All right, let's just start by doing this. Oh, I'll probably do F3 because I am gonna go ahead and build another TP this round now if I can get this workers action. Or I could take the coins action and build both and save the TP for next round. Well, the Nomads might take the coins right now. So economically, my opening is awesome here. Getting this first priest to Earth. It's just a little bit of space concerns, but I think I'm okay. And honestly, even if the Wisp do dig turn H D4 gray, I'll just triple dig it. It's not that bad. And if I'm him, I think I'd rather have me on D4 anyways, right? This Wisp opening is cool, though. Very cool. Luckily, he don't think he's going to find the power. It would be really cool for him if he found the power to build a bridge from C1 to A3, and then he could just build a town next round by just building a TP and 2 dwellings. This extra leech from the Nomads is a nice little present. Oh man. Is there a chance I can get both the workers and the coins here? I think there is. I think there's a chance I can get both. This is crazy. Because if I get 3 more, which I would get from the digs, I think I'd have to dig D4 and not build it. I'd have to dig something and not build it. Otherwise, I'm 1 power short, I think. 4. I need 3 more power. I'm not getting any more leech. So I'd have to do 3 digs. So it might not be worth it. Oh no, I want to build 2 more. I'd build 2 more dwellings in this scenario anyway. So, okay. I do think I can do this. So I'm going to go dig build D4 right now. I guess the question is, are the Nomads going to take the coins, or do I need to take the coins right now? Can't see the Nomads taking the work. Well, could the Nomads take the workers? They could. What's better for me? I guess the coins are actually better than maybe, hopefully workers stick around. Never have too many coins as the Prospectors, right? And if all I do this round is build the 2 dwellings, that's okay too. Because I can build the TPs next round. Okay, good. Nomads are passing. But this is cool. Early leech, man. Very powerful. I do have to think a little bit about connection. This is going to be a little tricky here for me. It depends on what the Wisps do. If the Wisps don't go for C4 soon, then maybe I can sneak that. Otherwise, I have to try to like get around the Nomads to H5, which is difficult. Like it's going to require heavy shipping, which is just going to be hard for me to get quickly. But I have exactly enough coins here too, right? 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah. Well, sweet. That's pretty rare. I got Act 2, Act 3, and Act 4 all in round 1. That is not common. Now where do I want to put this one? That's the other question here. I guess it's like F5 for more leech. Or D4 for more leech. Let's go D4 for more leech. All right, what do I get to pass on to? Worker power. Feels like the answer. I mean, I guess there's dwelling scoring, but I think I'd rather like build 2 TPs this round, right? In which case, I'm probably only gonna have a couple dwellings. So yeah. Okay. Have to be pretty happy with that. Getting all 3 power actions. So I think here. So one question is, do I want to build a temple? Hey, Ron. Welcome, welcome. Yeah, thanks for finding the videos. Glad you found me. We're here. Pretty cool Prospector start for sure. We'll see how it goes. So one thing is, so Fatty's on the big building tile. So he is almost certainly going to build the stronghold this round. When he takes that stronghold, I assume what he's going to do is take water 2, bump on water, and then exchange it for something. Now, whether he exchanges it for an income tile or for Earth 1 is unclear. The question for me really is, do I build a temple? Because my other option is I could just build 2 TPs and a dwelling, which is pretty maximum scoring. But then at that point, I'm really hoping Earth 1 sticks around, because once I've built all the TPs, if I don't get Earth 1, then I'm in a pretty tricky spot from a scoring perspective. The other option is I build... I guess I'm better off building a temple and a TP as opposed to 2 TPs. The temple produces... This last TP for the Prospectors only produces 1 coin anyways, and I'm not on TP scoring, and this one produces 3 coins. So I'm better off building temple TP. So the question then is, do I build Earth 1 or Water 1? I'm not going to get the cult bonus, so the cult step doesn't matter terribly. This would give me a couple power. I guess Earth 1 is probably better. Also officially keeps it out of Fatty's hands. Yeah, that feels right. Okay. Earth 1 it is. And then next round, what I really will want to do is get a priest somehow. Either power action. I could potentially even get the priest power action this round. And get my shipping up so that the next round I can build dwellings all up here. Yeah, maybe I just take this thing right now, actually. TP F3, 7 coins. Dig C3. It's a lot of coins. It would really hurt the Wisps. The triple dig on C3. I mean, actually, if he digs D5 to turn C3 blue, then I would probably eat it. Oh, he's going for it. Okay, I'm gonna eat this. Sorry, excuse me. Well, maybe he doesn't do it, but I'd be pretty surprised. Nope, he didn't do it. I mean, I think that's actually smart for him. Although now I'm really tempted to see if I can find 2 ships and snag E8 since he made it brown. I don't think I can find 2 ships this round. I don't think that's happening. Maybe next round. But we will take a priest eventually going toward a ship. Because what I really wanted is next round anyways. I mean, I assume what he's going to do now is upgrade E7 also, make it black, and then he's got this guy, which he can either use on E8 or he can just use it on C3. The good news about all of this is by forming a town here, it means he's not going to be bridging to either of these blacks, both of which I'm potentially interested in. Look at all this leech. Leech galore. All right, so here's the next question. Do I build this? Where do I build this TP? Well, I don't yet. The real answer is I just build a dwelling. Right? I guess I could build... No, I can't build B3 this round. I don't have enough. I don't have enough coins. So just doing that's fine. Then we're going to build this TP somewhere. Ugh, Nomads. Nomads getting in the way. Actually, I didn't notice they upgraded their ship. Makes sense. At least he doesn't have the stronghold. So he's probably not going to eat B3. He is going to be interested in A5. And if I get the coins action next round, I may actually be interested in C3 after all this. Let's see. I guess giving some leech to Fatty here isn't that big of a deal. I'm trying to decide if I put this TP on F3 or G5. I guess it's G5. And now, if nobody passes and it gets back to me, I'm going to pass for probably dwelling scoring. And then the question will be, do I open with the coins action or the workers action or the priest action? Interesting, because if I get to 2 ships next round, then that might actually be better, especially after that. After him eating A5, I think I'm better off getting to 2 ships and trying to get to H5 and dig down here. Because if I get 2 ships, I could build... Let's see. The 2 ships themselves are 8 coins. And I could build like 1, 2, 3, 4 dwellings for another 12 coins. So that would be 20 coins total. And I'll have 13, 14, 18. So I'm close. Oh, plus a couple more. I would need like 1 leech, which I should get. Oh, no, I get a power from the dig. So I think I'd have it. Well, Scooby might take my tile right here. I mean, not that it matters. Like, I'd be fine with the ship scoring tile too. Well, maybe not fine. It's not quite as good. But it works. He's deciding between six coins and dwelling scoring, certainly. So yeah, he went with 6 coins. And then the other option now is I could take this spade, actually. Since that's a priest. But I would be pretty shocked if... No, conspirators don't have a... Okay. I would be pretty shocked if the Wisps opened by burning down to 3 tokens to take a priest. That seems really unlikely. So we are going to do this. Pass for dwelling scoring. Cool. All right. Be right back. All right. So Nomads passed on the spade. Conspirators finishing out here. Settled for water one. Makes sense. And he's gonna like. He doesn't really have a good place to put double dig. That's funny. So goes for the bridge instead, and I assume is going to try to get double dig this round. Yeah, I mean, I guess he's probably going to get it, so. Wait, what did he just. Oh, it was a cult spade. Right. Duh. It's like, where'd that spade come from? Okay. All right, so we're going to go with the priest like we talked about to get to two shipping. The Nomads can't take H5. They don't have the resources. And dig through. He might dig A7, which would be annoying. Although honestly, if I'm him, I think I'd rather have the neighbor, but he might not think that way. I mean, I guess it depends if he thinks he's ever building Stronghold. It seems like maybe he's not. So what's Fatty doing now? Gotta take the coins action, right, Fatty? Maybe he's thinking about spades? I mean, he's on the ship tile, so maybe he's thinking about. No, yeah, gotta take that. But he might be thinking about trying to finish a town this round, because if you can finish a town this round off of C5 here, take a ship town, builds G3, and has access to these ones. His issue is a little short on workers to do that now, but or power, one of the two. Like, needs a spade from somewhere. If he hard digs, then he's low on workers. Anyways, let's see if he can figure something out. We're making the shipping push. And Wisps don't have any. So the one thing that's weird about Wisps doing this whole E8 strategy is he's going to have to actually find a real spade for C3. I guess that was always going to be the case once he decided not to put a spade there. Unless he goes for a sanctuary town, but I think that's pretty unlikely. It does seem like everyone might be holding off for towns until round 6. Besides maybe Fatty wanting one this round. I think I'm holding off. I don't really see any reason to push for them right now. My economy is plenty good. I don't really need a snowball boost. And I'm pretty well set up now to like not have to worry about securing the hexes too early. Because this one down here I can finish with either G6 or H8 plus G7 pretty easily, or even just a dig and do a 4 hex town. I've got plenty of space that no one's threatening. This guy will be a sanctuary town. Just build the sanctuary in round 6. And then this guy down here might have to dig H4 or triple dig I6 or something just to make sure I have the hexes like next round. But after that, I think I should be in pretty good shape. Other thing to think about is I do probably want to try to grab water 1 next round. Tempo round with a TP round coming after it, and I actually am can score it reasonably well. This was the other advantage of taking Earth 1 before. I don't think the Nomads are going to build it. I don't think he can afford to. But he might not realize that. Well, he's almost certainly going to pass before me regardless. So if he wants to do it, then he's going to do it. But he's probably passing first, which means he probably opens the coins action, so... If we get F7 or A7, I mean, we could. The problem with the town up here is one, as soon as Nomads could get second shipping and steal B4 in a second. And it's just a lot of digs. It's just a lot more digs. And it doesn't connect us. Like, I would have to get down to C4, D6 to connect anyway. So unless I do, I guess I could do like a wonky town like this, but the hexes just get way more threatened. Okay. 1 second. All right. Sorry about that. Interesting. Wisp just chose to upgrade D1 instead of C1. And then declined using the spades. Why? Even if he wanted to finish that tab with a stronghold, why? Is he really worried about giving the Nomads leech for some reason? That's a strange one. That's a strange one. I'm sure there's a reason, but it's not immediately obvious to me what it is. Okay, so I'm not worried about H5. I mean, I'm not worried about H5. But A7 is hypothetically under threat, so we're going to grab that. I don't think he was about to take it anyways. It would be resource devastating for him to do so, but also no reason for me not to do it right now. I mean, man, if I'm the Nomads right here, I'm just passing, I think. Pass for the big building tile, take coins action. Build a big building. I could see arguments for either one. I really think this Nomads game kind of went sideways when he didn't open Stronghold. It was just a very strange opening. And he just hasn't been able to find the spades. Like, if you don't have a stronghold as the Nomads, you need a lot of spades. And he hasn't really found them. Well, maybe he's doing it. Yeah. I mean, actually, hypothetically, next round he might actually build both big buildings. 6. Yeah, maybe. I mean, if he built like Sanctuary D3, Stronghold E5, Dig Build E4, finish town, that could recover his economy a little bit. Let's see. I want to pass after Fatty because I want his tile. So how many actions does he have left? He's got a Stronghold action. And not much more. I think I'm okay to just go ahead and build here. Maybe I should not build. I think I should not build. I think I should delay by 1. He's not going to put spade there. He'd have to hard get. That's not going to happen. Because he might build. He could find 2 actions. I guess I would have had 2 after this, but I still... There's no reason to risk it, is the real answer. All right, well, I finally got a decent worker economy, which has been a little tight this game. All right, so we'll build H3. We'll pass for this ship scoring tile. And then next round, try to build I7 and maybe H4? And then a temple for water 1. And I think we'll have enough coins to do that. Yeah. Just barely, but we'll have enough. I guess we don't have enough coins to do H4. So it'll have to be I7, which is fine. And Conspirators, he doesn't even have enough for double dig. He might be able to get there. Yeah, so here's the water. One rush consisting of first Scoomy and then me. And I'll finally produce some priests. So I guess I just realized. So I took the priest action in rounds 1, 2, and 3. Sent one to Earth and advanced my ship twice because I haven't actually produced a single priest. I got to take water 1 first because the Nomads might not take it. But if the priest action's still there, I might take another one. We'll see. All right, which one to upgrade? This one just gives less leech out, so we'll do that. I don't think I'm building a stronghold this game. Prospector stronghold is quite good, but I don't see when it would happen. I mean, I've never been on the big building tile. And I don't think I'm going to build my sanctuary until round 6. Maybe if I got on the big building tile for round 6, it could be worth it. Otherwise, I don't think so. You know, this could actually be a Fire 2 game. Sanctuary for Fire 2 in round 6. Because if I don't do that, I'm going to have to, like, triple dig something in this for this southern town. That seems annoying. When is it normally best to build it? It depends a lot on the game. Obviously, ideally, when you can score it. So if there's a big building round in the mid game at some point, I found theoretically anything from like round 3 on can work. I think I most often build it in round 4 or 5 if I'm building it. But obviously, it depends on when there's scoring. It also helps if there's like a TP round either right before or right after it. Because then if a bunch of people are actually building TPs and leaving them up, like there's always, especially if there's a TP round 4, round 5, games will often go where a lot of people spam those rounds to try to score a lot of points, and then there's a lot of TPs sitting on the board. Those are good to have your stronghold up either right before or right after it. Or during, maybe if you got the big building tile on that TP round. Although you often want to build TPs yourself in that round. Okay. No one took this priest tile, but the conspirators. I mean, he would never dig I7 over H4. Not priest tile, priest action. Actually, you know, I guess I'd rather pass though. So I'm just gonna do this because if no one takes, if no one passes, right now, I think I would actually rather just pass for dwelling scoring or 6 coins. Yeah, actually, yeah, it's probably 6 coins actually, because I want to build 3 TPs next round and dig H4. So yeah, I think I actually want the 7 coins. And if I get a soul leech somewhere, I get the coins action too, which would be sweet. Might get it from the Nomads in the north. That would be the probably most likely spot. Just notice the Conspirators took E3, so he's going for a 3rd town here, probably as a bridge town. Which means he's got to be thinking Sanctuary in the middle here, so I think H4 is going to be okay. So I think the way these towns might shake out is Fire 2 Sanctuary for this town, build 2 TPs here, and then dig G6 to G7. All right, now here's the question. Assuming Conspirators don't pass right here, which I don't think they're going to. Do I gamble on the coins action? Because I've got one power production, which means that if I do a conversion, I need a single leech to take the coins action. Or I can eat the power production how many coins am I going to need next round? I need 9 for the TPs, 2 for the dwelling, it's 11, and then at least 8, which would be 19, or if I really want to say safe, 23, in case I have to do a triple dig instead for a dwelling. So put all that together, it's 23, and I've got 9, plus I'm getting 7 from this tile is 16. So if I get the coins action, that's 23. So I guess I should eat the power and just take the coins action and not risk it. I mean, especially since I don't think the Nomads are going to build a TP on A6 because it's not next round's TP round. So we're going to pass and just take the coins action. Cool. Actually, now here's the really fun question. With Fire 2, can we get 4 towns? Fourth town would be using H3. This became a 4-hex town of some, let's count hexes first. This would be 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 12, and 5 is 17. That's every structure. That's not happening. No. Not happening. Hypothetically, I would then have to build the stronghold, which would make more sense if I'm trying to do a ton of digs over here, but I'm just not going to have that many workers. All right. Don't get too ambitious. 3 towns is plenty. We'll keep it in mind if it, if I unexpectedly seem to get more, but I don't think it's going to happen. All right. There's the stronghold from the Nomads, finally. Assume he's going to build E4, which also puts the Wisps connection in danger. I was kind of surprised the Wisps didn't try to go for a stronghold and for the dwelling on E4. I mean, more likely now he actually probably builds a stronghold and throws the dwelling on H2. Which would also kill those 4 town ambitions. but it means he's not connected unless he now needs basically his. I guess he has two connection routes. He can either take C2, which requires a double dig that doesn't go toward a town, so that's kind of painful. Or if you could somehow get like a town down here with H2, but then he'd also need F1 and H4. That's ugly too. There's really no pretty way of this for the Wisps without E4, which I have to assume is getting eaten right now. He's thinking about something though. I'm wondering what else the Nomads would possibly be considering here. C4 maybe? Maybe he's thinking about his own connection down to G4. Yeah, look at that. Wow. So if I'm the Wisps now, I'm opening. Man, that's so bad for the Nomads though, because now his town's gonna blow up. The Wisps are gonna open Stronghold Dwelling to E4. That seems so much worse, because Nomads still could have connected with D6. It's so funny. Blue and yellow are like normally the best of friends on this map and base map, and they're fighting each other. I mean, they were friends earlier in the game when they gave each other all that leech in round 1 on D2 and D3, but now it's like they're fighting over connection and hexes. Just ate his blue hex. Now he's going to eat his town. Not something you see very often. It's funny because when I put Nomads in the game, I actually thought, oh, something to slow down Prospectors a little bit. And that has not been what they've done much. I mean, they took A5, but other than that, like, haven't really been in my way. And in fact, gave me this extra leech in G4 that enabled my triple power action opening. But no, that's actually been a positive for me. All right, we're going to refill the coffee. Be right back. All right. Caffeinated for the end game. Let's go. Okay, so Wisps did exactly what I thought they would do. And eat e4. Side ace for the Nomads. My guess is, I don't know how much Fan Factions Random Badger has played. It's possible he was not thinking about that option for the Wisps. Unfortunately for the rest of us, gives Wisps connection. Puts him right back in game here. One thing that I might want to think about is building one of my TPs this round on H3 to dig H2 just to make his life a little harder. I have if I go fire 2, I've got an extra TP floating around anyways. Super. What's up, buddy? Thanks. Appreciate you. You missed a fun opening. We got all 3 power actions: Act 2, Act 3, Act 4 in round 1. Scooby's having a long think over his town here. I guess that's the one thing about he had to build the stronghold is he didn't have to build a town around early. So this is the first town being founded this game. No one went for the early econ town, and now we have to go for the slightly early town to secure connection. Totally worth it. Does go 2 key. It's not a very culty game here. I was actually just thinking that I do have this one priest this round, and I don't have any particular plans for it. And I think, especially with that, the answer is probably going to be just throw it to Earth to just lock that down. And then maybe try to plan on taking like a cult town, an 8-point town at some point this round. All right, so I think I'm going to start by securing H4. And then I can start building the TPs. Wisp can't get to H2 right now anyways. It's only got 1 ship. He has to do a ship advance first. So, but after he did the ship advance. After he does the ship advance. Oh, I don't have any dwellings left. That's sad. Okay. Gotta build TP then. I guess maybe I do the H3 situation now then. I guess it's good that Wisp also with his 2 digs can't reach H4. Rookie mistake. Yeah, totally. It does lock me into needing fire 2 if I do this, but Fatty wants fire 2, but I don't think anyone else really wants fire 2. The Wisps definitely don't want fire 2. So we're going to do this one. This is a little bit... Oh, wait, what? I'm going crazy. I was just thinking for some reason that I had a Wisp power. What am I talking about? I was like, oh, if I build a TP over here, I'm going to dig H2. What if I don't dig H2? What is wrong with me? What is wrong with me? I'm going crazy, guys. Okay, we're just going to upgrade H5. Which is what we should be doing all along here anyways. It does mean the Wisps are going to get H2. Because when they upgrade their ship to 2, I have to grab H4. Unless the Conspirators take it, and he does have double dig now, but he needs spades elsewhere. He needs them on. Well, Fatty's like, is there a way for the keyboard? Getting more caffeine. I'm not sufficiently caffeinated yet. That's the issue. Brain's not fully working. Patty's asking about this too. Oh man, these guys are commenting now. Sometimes there's too many rules in Terra Mystica, and you have to remember all of them. Sometimes some wires get crossed, I guess. Ugh. Yeah, so the Wisps did advance their ship here, so now we're going to have to build H4, and so he's going to get H2, which is fine, ultimately. I mean, if he tries to go through to I4, I can dig there, and I think I'm beating him anyways. Because I'm going to have 3 towns in the town round. I mean, I guess he's got a pretty good pass coming and has more cult points than me, but I should beat him on network, I think. Network's pretty competitive too, actually. All right, we'll see. As long as I don't pass first, I get a... Actually, no matter... Not even that. No matter what, I get a scoring tile this round, which is good. Don't really want it to be the big building scoring tile, but the rest of them... All right. Got H4 now. Okay. So he probably will find a third town here. Unfortunately, it does also slightly increase the chance that the Wisps might be interested in Fire 2, only because of a resource needs perspective. Like, he doesn't need it from a hex and building structure availability perspective, but he might just need it from a resource perspective. Because he's a little low on coins. I mean, I assume he'll build one more TP this round, which will help a little bit. You know what I just realized that's cool? I think I have enough to build Air 1 this round. Yeah. I can build 2 more TPs and a temple. Gives me more points and more coins because this third temple for the Prospectors produces 4 coins as opposed to the 4th TP only produces 1 coin. Or 2 coins, I guess, if you count the power. Nice. So I'll build TP H4, TP F5, and then a temple. Perfect. Love that. Ooh. Conspirators just took I4. Fatty's going for 4 towns. Okay, Fatty. Love it. Fatty's trying to do the I3 to I6 town in addition to these other 3, obviously with Fire 2. He might have the resources to do it. Wow. Fancy. I kind of love this. think he's far enough behind on points that I'm okay. Yeah, worst case it's 2 hexes for 2 digs, but if he's really going for 4 towns, I kind of love it. We'll see what the Wisps do. I mean, the Wisp could upgrade H2 and dig I3. We'll see. Okay, either way, all this building is giving me a nice whole bunch of free leech, which is cool. Curious what Scooby does here. Because now if he wants a town in the south, he would either have to triple dig H1 or build, I guess he can build a sanctuary. So so we are starting to run into a bit of a fire 2 pressure here. Because now Wisps are going to want it too, potentially. If he's trying to build a sanctuary town here. Conspirators have already used their action this round, though, and I think I'm going to pass before him. So as long as I'm willing to open fire 2, which I am, I think I should be fine. And Wisps are going to pass before me. So I'll get one of the good passing tiles. I just don't want the building tile since I'm not building a stronghold. All the other 3 I'll score max points. I should score max points on, no problem. One thing I just noticed is I am actually going to have... Oh, no, I guess I'll be okay. I was going to say I was going to have trouble finding, like, extra hexes to build out a few last dwellings at the end, just for network and scoring purposes, and maybe if I'm on the dwelling scoring. But if I dig G6 or H8 to get to G7, then I have access to a couple more single digs over here, so it should be fine. I'm going to have, like, what, 3 spare dwellings, probably? Yeah. 1, 2, 3. Should be fine. Or 1, 2, 3. Yeah, because Fatty's going to want to build a bridge. What did the Wisp do to not pass? Single step on air. Oh, he gets a spade from it. But what's he doing with that spade? H1? Maybe he is going to try. Build like build a TP, expensive TP, and get that all the way to blue. Might work. He doesn't build a sanctuary. Okay, anyways, I'm building a temple for air 1. All right, now I'm going to pass. The Nomads, I guess the Nomads are not going to pass. Oh, he might. He did use his action. I hadn't used this sandstorm yet. He also might not pass. He'd totally be able to... Well, actually, he doesn't have a dwelling with a neighbor. I guess he could send a priest somewhere. Ew. B6. Did not see that. Alright, well, I guess I get dwelling scoring. That was also... The Nomads now are not going to get a scoring tile, although maybe he rather would have the 6 coins. Alright. Good chance I get more of these single leeches, so we'll do that many conversions. I don't want to risk Fatty passing ahead of me. I was gonna say I could send Priest to Earth here, but I think I'm okay. Fire 2 rush is way more important. So when I build Fire 2 here, I'm gonna instantly get 2 towns. So I think one of them is a cult town. Because I'll need it for this last step to close Earth, and then I can send a priest to Earth. And then the other one, I guess, is either just another priest or 11 points. Probably a priest. And then... I mean, I guess I do need a worker town. Well, need might be strong. Could use a worker town? Yeah. I might... I might need to think about blowing up Fatty's town here. One of them. Because he's about to pass for 12. He's 13 points behind me, but he's got more cult points. And a pretty good looking network if he gets all these X's. I mean, presumably, he's going to put his 2 cult spades on those hexes. But if he floats them for too long, I think I can mess with him. Let's see, Wisps are first. I wonder if Wisps open with Fire 2 or if they open with the coins action. I'm going to guess he's going to risk it for the coins action. Yeah. We'll see. I'm going Fire 2. I need to do that. All right. And then we're going to take this guy. Do I take a priest town or do I take a worker town? Everyone else has lots of workers. I'm not that worried about... Oh, do this first. Could also use my priest as workers if I absolutely had to. Actually, dig building I6, in addition to blowing up his town, does lower my connection distance by 1, so it feels a little more potentially worth it. Or I5, same deal, either one. All right, well, that was a nice 27-point move. Now let's see if there's a Fire 2 rush like I predicted. The Nomads, I think, are the wild card here. Because I think he needs Fire 2, but he might not press it. Now, one thing is, does Fatty have enough resources? I guess he does. He needs a sanctuary and then like 3 dwellings and a spade. He's already got the 3 dwellings. Yeah, so he'll get the 4 towns. So I think I'm gonna need to block one of his towns. But if he goes for Fire 2, then I can build my town first, take a worker's action, and then I can still do it. If I have enough coins. Sorry, not a worker action, a worker town. Although this is if I actually want to build here, it's 12 coins, and this is 8. I don't have 20. I also need to lock down Earth. All right, 2 towns for Fatty. Let's see what he does. Coins and a priest. So yeah, here's the Fire 2 rush. So Nomads miss Fire 2, which is worst case scenario for me. I much rather would have had one of these other guys miss it, but that's okay. So I think I might just have to use a priest as a worker. Because I've got 19 coins, which if I do alongside 3 digs is enough coins to build both I5 and H8 or G6, either one. So I think I might as well do that. I think the only question now, from my perspective, is am I better off should I lock down Earth now? Is there any chance that we see two priests to Earth in the next couple actions? And I don't think so. Because Nomads go before Wisps. So if Nomads do it, then there's no way Wisps would do it afterwards. And if Wisps do it, well, Wisps already like basically didn't do it. If it were the other way around, there's a danger that you could see Wisps doing it and then Nomads doing it to counter Wisps, and then I don't have a free 2 spot to get to 10. I think this is better. All right. Sorry, Fatty. But we gotta do this. Fatty is understandably upset. I would be too. Fatty's saying that even if he gets the 4 towns, I still beat him. But I don't know. Too nice. All right, Nomads, what you doing, buddy? Oh yeah, that's an interesting way to finish the town. Goes for C2 and now probably a bridge. All right, so this is going to be Priest Earth, and then I'll have enough coins. Actually, will I? Just realized, like, I didn't count the coins for the dwelling. Ooh. I've got enough, but it's a little dicey. Might have to use like a priest as a coin or something. That's not pretty. Oops. Okay. Well, we'll see here. So I do this. Yeah, I might have to use a priest as a coin, which is not ideal. But I think I locked in the win by doing that, so which makes it worth it. Um, I would really like a leech right now, and I don't know if I'm going to get it. Oh, man. Fatty says, I knew there was a low chance Prospectors would let it happen, but I was hoping that out of sheer admiration and a small amount of friendship as a fellow 2v2 partner that he'd let me have it. No, Fatty, the admiration is in that I needed to block it. All right, so I get 1 coin back from these digs, and then if I don't get a leech, I'm going to have to use a priest as a coin. But at least well, if I had screwed up my town, that would have been really bad. But I didn't lose the town completely. I should have taken a like a coin town or a worker town or something instead of that priest, because now that priest is just becoming a coin. So that was silly, but that's all right. What I do really like, I need a leech somewhere though. That I don't think I'm gonna get. Oh yeah, I'll get it from Fatty building down here. Because if I take a worker town, then I need 1 more leech to build this last dwelling, which isn't like that big of a deal. It's only worth 2 points. I mean, there's the network considerations. Because Nomads are going to get a 14. Oh, never mind. I can't do it regardless. I don't have dwelling. So I'm going to finish with 14. So I guess, I mean, like, this was still worth it because I'm not convinced that Fatty doesn't catch me otherwise with that town. But I did lose. I'm going to lose like a bunch of network points. I mean, it's going to be less than Fatty would have gotten from getting another town, but not by that much. If I just don't spend all those coins. And I get to 15 structures. Whatever. I can't really complain, but it's funny now that I'm looking at it and I'm actually counting up the points. Because what's Fatty at on network, right? 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and then 13. He's gonna get to 15. So he's gonna beat me on network as opposed to I would have tied him. Like, I still have this last town coming, but and he doesn't have Earth 1, really. So I'm still gonna beat him, but I'm not so sure that I actually gained a meaningful amount of points on him because I'm also giving up building a TP in the dwelling. It's 5 points for me, 6 points for me, 6 points for me, plus a relative 9 to him, right? Yeah, a relative 9 to him on network. and then I would have had to increase my ship, which is 4. So 19, actually, I don't think that town was worth 19 points. I think, well, and I got 3 for the digs. A difference of 2 for the digs. So it's like a net 17-point difference versus whatever he gets for his town. I guess maybe there's a chance he gets to 16 network anyways. But if he doesn't get to 16 network anyways, then it's probably about a wash. Well, at least... Okay. So at least I got a single leech, which means I can send a priest to water, I guess, here. Not that it really helps, but I guess on the off chance that the Nomads decide to send a priest there or something. So yeah, I'm not actually. It's funny now that I add it all up. I'm not convinced that that move actually like helped me. Especially, is the Nomads gonna find another dwelling? If the Nomads find another dwelling, then I think it was objectively worse. Which I think he can if he takes a power town here. Oh no, because then it brings the Conspirators down on points too. So I lose points, but so does he. Okay, so that doesn't actually matter. Well, I just apologize to Fatty saying that I think I basically cost us equal numbers of points. Well, anyways, all right. Rounding down here, Wisps found another town. Luckily, he didn't catch me on network. That would have been bad. But anyways, block and all discussion around it aside, pretty happy with this game. We're getting a third town here in the town round. Score a bunch of points. Oh, you know what? I just realized I should have taken a priest town. Or a ship town. It was worth one more point. Oops. Oh well. I really just played this. I just got such a good opening and then just kind of rolled from there. Being able to secure all the key hexes, G5, F3, D4, all in round one was really nice. And then the track was pretty good for Prospectors. Mostly got to score pretty well along the way. Built, 4 dwellings in the dwelling round after building Earth 1. 3 TPs in the TP round after getting out Water 1, and also got Air 1. 3 towns in the town round. So, all in all, pretty good game here. Oh, that's nice. Nomads, I mean, it doesn't actually make a difference of me relative to Conspirators, but it does make a difference for my total score. Nomads are going for a temple here. Oh, Air 3. Making a push for Air. And Conspirators already used their action, I think, right? Yeah, although he's got a Water 2 step. But even after all of that, let's see, I've got 153. I'm going to pass for 11, so that's 164. And then looks like 10 cult points, 174, and 9 network. So I'm into the 180s, so that's nice. What's up, Scoomy? Good game. Good game. Interesting Wisps game. You had a lot of interesting decisions with where to put the digs. I have to ask you, since you're here, why did you upgrade D1 instead of C1? I could not figure that out. Like, you paid for the expensive TP, and I couldn't figure out why you were doing that. Were you worried about giving the Nomads something? That was the only thing I could guess, but I couldn't figure out what you were worried about giving them. To get a spade, but you didn't use the spade. You declined it. You already had built E1. I think. Anyways, yeah, cool Wisp game. There were multiple points where I was talking about if you. Oh, did you? Oh, maybe I just missed the ordering there. Okay, if that's the case, then disregard. For some reason, I thought E1 was already built, but maybe I'm misremembering. There were multiple points where I was telling the chat that if you dug if you left C3 or E7 open, I was going to eat them. So you were smart not to do that. Both gives or both types. Yeah. No, it was smart for you to figure out that you could get all the 3 digs on E8 in one round. All right. Well, here we go. Let's roll it out. So, I mean, I have to say, like, really, really cool game from the Conspirators. Obviously, I had to do that block there at the end, or maybe I didn't, but like close enough that had to consider the block at the end to end this. I mean, he was about to get 4 towns. Oh, so Fatty just said he was going to get to 16 structures. So okay, in that case, then the block was the right move. And Fatty probably beats me. Does he beat me anyways? No. Do we tie? Oh shit. Wow. Holy crap, that taking the wrong town cost me the game? Oh my god, no way. Wow. Okay. Well, you know what? That actually that actually feels right after all that. Fatty, what's up, dude? Great game. Uh, you know what? After all that, the tie feels maybe feels right. Oh man, very very cool conspirators game. Um, well, that's great stuff. This one's going on the YouTube for sure. This was a great game. Uh, Thanks everyone for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Almost four town conspirators and triple power action prospectors duking it out and ending in a 185 point tie. That's pretty damn cool. All right. See you guys all soon. We'll be back with more fan factions. And it is September, which means we are finally in the month of Terra Mysticon at the end of the month, going to Montreal, and it's going to be awesome. The fan factions tournament is going to happen, which is going to be amazing, along with all the other great stuff that they've got planned. So hopefully we'll see a lot of you there. But until next time, later.